What up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. You're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Orlando, Florida for Monday, June 4th, 2018, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. Me and Joe Rogan announced on social media that Roseanne Barr canceled their planned interview on his podcast. He tweeted Friday, the Roseanne podcast is not happening today. She's not doing well and doesn't want to travel, and she's gone radio silent on me, so I'm just going to step away. The whole thing has been pretty brutal on her, and I hope she can find some peace. Barr agreed to appear on the Joe Rogan Experience to talk about her week. ABC canceled her top-rated sitcom Hours after Barr made a racist comment on Twitter about Valerie Jarrett, a former senior advisor to U.S. President Barack Obama. Barr has since repeatedly apologized for what she has called a joke, but she was widely condemned for the comment. Barr wrote on Twitter Thursday, "I end by offering everyone involved one more apology and prayers for healing on our divided nation. Tomorrow is Shabbat, and I will continue to pray that everything for everyone goes forward and ends well for all. Sign off Twitter for a while. Love you guys." Roseanne, a show about the tight-knit, blue-collar Connor family, initially ran from 1988 to 1997 and has since remained popular in reruns. It earned high ratings when it returned this spring with fresh episodes and was renewed for an 11th season before Barr's controversial tweet prompted its cancellation Tuesday. Sherlock and Doctor Strange star Benedict Cumberbatch came to the aid of a food delivery man on a bicycle as he was being attacked by 4 assailants in London. The Independent newspaper reported Saturday that the 41-year-old actor was in an Uber car with his wife, Sophie Hunter, when he saw someone hit the cyclist over the head with a wine bottle as the others tried to rob him. Witnesses said Cumberbatch yelled, "Leave him alone," at the attackers, then jumped out of his car and dragged the men off the victim when they wouldn't stop. The attackers fled the scene with nothing, and Cumberbatch hugged the victim, making sure he was okay. Manuel Diaz, the Uber driver who also tried to help, said Benedict was courageous, brave, and selfless. Here was Sherlock Holmes fighting off 4 attackers just around the corner from Baker Street. Baker Street is the fictional home of the detective Cumberbatch plays in the television series Sherlock. The Sun said Cumberbatch played down his involvement in the incident. The newspaper quoted him as saying, "I did it out of, well, I had to, you know." The spokesman for the victim's employer, Deliveroo, said, "We'd like to thank Benedict Cumberbatch for his heroic actions. On behalf of everyone at Deliveroo, thank you so much." FX has announced its renewed Legion for the 2018-2019 television season. The show's Twitter account said Friday, "Don't get comfortable. Legion FX is returning for season 3. The comic book adaptation stars Dan Stevens as David Haller, a man who believes himself to be schizophrenic, only to discover that he may actually be the most powerful mutant the world has ever seen," the Legion website explained. The show co-stars Aubrey Plaza, Rachel Keller, Gene Smart, Bill Irwin, and Amber Mid-Thunder. Paramount Network said it will not air the new dark comedy Heathers as planned, but is looking for a new home for it. The violent show's debut has been postponed several times due to real-world school shootings. It initially was set to premiere March 7th, then moved to July, but now will not be seen at all on Paramount, the former Spike TV Deadline.com says. Keith Cox, the network's president, told the Hollywood Reporter, "This is a high school show. We're blowing up the school. There are guns in the school. It's a satire, and there's amounts of teachers having guns. It's hitting on so many hot topics. This company can't be speaking out on both sides of its mouth, saying the youth movement is important for us, and we've done all these wonderful things to support that, and at the same time, we're putting on a show that we're not comfortable with. The combination of a high school show with these very dark moments didn't feel right." Paramount is trying to shop the series and its potential second season to another network. Heathers is a contemporary remake of the 1988 film starring Winona Ryder, Christian Slater, and Shannon Doherty. The new version features Grace Victoria Cox as the high school student Veronica Sawyer and James Scully as her murderous boyfriend J.D. Melanie Field plays Heather Chandler. Brendan Scannell plays Heather Duke, and Jasmine Matthews plays Heather McNamara, Veronica's wicked frenemies. Bravo has canceled its con artist dramedy, The Imposters, after 2 seasons. Thursday's episode will be the series finale. It stars Barr, Ron Heaps, Parker Young, Marianne Randon, Stephen Bishop, and Brian Benben, with Irma Thurman playing the recurring role. The Hollywood Reporter said the show was scrapped as the cable network is refining its approach to scripted series, but The Imposters may find a home elsewhere. TV Guide said the network recently announced its Girlfriend's Guide to Divorce will end after 5 seasons, leaving the upcoming series Dirty John, starring Eric Bana and Connie Britton, as Bravo's only scripted program. Unapologetic with Aisha Tyler, the new companion program for AMC's Dietland, is to premiere Monday on the cable network. Tyler's talk show is scheduled to air immediately after 2 back-to-back episodes of Dietland, which is based on Sari Walker's 2015 novel. Tyler will be joined on the first episode of her show with Dietland star Joey Nash, showrunner Marty Noxon, and feminist writer Lindy West. The synopsis reads, second episode guests include series star Julianne Margulies, women's rights attorney, author, and activist Gloria Allred, along with an actress and comedian Yvette Nicole Brown. Additional guests throughout the season include Charlize Theron, Laverne Cox, Margaret Cho, Aaron Dark, Tamia Tooney, Elisa Mastromonaco, and more. Dietland follows Plum Kettle, a ghostwriter from the editor of New York Fashion magazine who is struggling with self-image and fed up with how she is treated by her boss and society, AMC says. Laura Prepon and Ben Foster are married. Prepon tweeted Sunday along with the black and white photo of her and her new husband. Just married. Thank you for all the love and support. Wishing all of us the good stuff. Both are smiling in the pictures. Prepon is holding a bouquet of flowers in front of what appears to be her white wedding dress. Foster is wearing a shirt, vest, tie, and hat. TMZ reported the couple obtained a marriage license in New York 2 weeks ago. They announced their engagement in the fall of 2016 after dating for only a few months. They welcomed their first child, a daughter, last August. Prepon is known for her work on That 70 Shows and Netflix's Orange is the New Black. Foster has appeared in the TV dramedy Freaks and Geeks and the films Hell or High Water and The Lone Survivor. Television personality Kelly Ripa celebrated her son Michael's 21st birthday this weekend with an Instagram post. The Live with Kelly and Ryan host captioned a photo collage of Michael through the years, set to Star Wars themed music. 21 years ago today, the galaxy was shook. Happy birthday, he. We love you big. Michael Consuelo is the oldest of Ripa's 3 children with her husband, Riverdale actor Mark Consuelos. The 47-year-old stars are also the parents of Lola, 16, and Joaquin, 15. Mark Consuelos wrote in his own Instagram message, "Go West, young man. Happy birthday, Michael. Our love for you is only matched by our pride. Love, Dad." The post included an outdoor photo of his now adult son wearing a puffy vest and sunglasses near sun-dusted mountains. Patricia Cornwall, known for her best-selling Dr. K. Scarpetta mystery novels, is working on a new book series for Thomas & Mercer, an imprint of Amazon Publishing. Quantum, the first installment of the franchise, is due out in late 2019. The synopsis reads, it weaves military action, espionage, and space-age technology into the story of a young NASA test pilot, aerospace engineer Captain Callie Chase, whose quest to uncover the secrets behind her fighter pilot twin sister's murder takes her to the highest echelons of power, from NASA's Langley Research Center to the White House, to Scotland Yard, to Interpol headquarters in Lyon, France, and beyond. A second as of yet untitled novel about Captain Chase is scheduled for release the following year. Publisher Mika Berder said in a statement, Patricia Cornwall's all-in approach to writing her iconic Dr. Scarpetta's series catapulted forensic science into pop culture, paving the way for an explosion of entertainment featuring all things forensics across film, television, and literature. And if her current adventures at NASA are any indication, she's learned to spacewalk. We'll all be experts on space science and exploration very soon. We can't wait to introduce Patricia's new heroine to readers next fall. Cornwall says, I want the very best publisher in the galaxy to capture and launch Captain Chase. I couldn't be more excited about taking this journey with Amazon Publishing. The author took to Twitter Friday to assure fans that they have not seen the last of the brilliant Scarpetta, a crime-solving medical examiner and lawyer. Cornwall says she's not gone, and you'll see her again, very dramatically, eventually. Saturday Night Live cast member Pete Davidson got 2 new Ariana Grande-themed tattoos this week. The tattoo artist London Reese wrote on Instagram Saturday, "We had a good night." The message accompanied a photo of Davidson with fresh ink that looks like the Black Bunny mask his new girlfriend, pop star Grande, wears on the cover of her 2016 album Dangerous Woman. The small design appears a little behind and below his left ear. He also had the initials AG permanently inscribed on his right thumb. Grande and Davidson went Instagram official last week, showing the first photos of them as a couple. They are rumored to have begun seeing each other in early May. Grande previously dated rapper Mac Miller, and Davidson was in a long-time relationship with actress-writer Cassie David, until recently. Davidson revealed in December he had a large tattoo of former presidential candidate Hillary Clinton's face etched on his leg. BTS's Love Yourself tier is number 1 on the U.S. album charts. BTS is the first K-pop group to top the weekly roster. Coming in number 2 on the Billboard 200 albums charts for the week of June 2nd is Post Malone's Beer Bongs and Bentleys, followed by Little Baby's Harder Than Ever in number 3, Five Finger Death Punches and Justice for None in number 4, and Cardi B's Invasion of Privacy in number 5. Rounding up the top tier are The Greatest Showman soundtrack at number 6, J. Cole's K.O.D. at number 7, Nab's Reckless at number 8, Black Panther the album, music from and inspired by number 9, and Playboi Carti with Die Lit at number 10. Janet Jackson called police to check on the welfare of her 1-year-old son, Eliza Almana, who she shares with estranged husband Wissam Almana. Asa was with his father Saturday at the Noble Hotel in Malibu, California, when Janet placed a call. A spokesperson for the Malibu Lost Hills Sheriff Station confirmed to People magazine. The singer was not at the hotel at the time. The spokesperson said deputies were there and called to the scene. They decided the child was okay and they left. Randy Jackson, the brother of Janet, spoke about the incident in Entertainment Tonight and said that his sister contacted police after the nanny became frightened by Almana's behavior. The nanny was said to be terrified and locked herself in the bathroom in order to call Janet. Janet gave birth to Elsa, her first child, in January 2017 at the age of 50. Janet and Almana then split in April 2017 after 5 years of marriage. Solo: A Star Wars Story is the number 1 movie in North America for its second weekend, earning an additional $29.3 million in receipts, Box Office Mojo.com announced Sunday. Coming in number 2 is Deadpool 2 with $23.3 million, followed by Adrift at number 3 with $11.5 million, Avengers Infinity War at number 4 with $10.4 million, and Book Club at number 5 with $6.8 million. Rounding out the top tier are Upgrade at number 6 with $4.5 million, Life of the Party at number 7 with $3.5 million, Breaking In at number 8 with $2.8 million, Action Point at number 9 with $2.3 million, and Overboard at number 10 with $2 million. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1976, 4 dozen people witnessed the gig that changed the world. It seems millions of people claim to have been at Woodstock when only 500,000 or so were really there. But the biggest pop culture event of the 1960s had nothing on one of the most pivotal of the 1970s. The Sex Pistols' appearance at the Lesser Free Trade Hall in Manchester, England on this date in 1976. Proportional to the actual crowd in attendance, perhaps no event in the history of pop music has enjoyed greater radioactive audience growth than the one that has been called the gig that changed the world. By June 1976, the Sex Pistols had been playing together under the name for only 7 months, and though their look, their sound, and their nihilistic attitude were already in place, they and the entire British punk scene were still a few months away from truly breaking out. They had drawn enough attention in the British press, though, to inspire 2 young men from Manchester named Howard Devoto and Pete Shelley to go down and see them play in London in February. From this experience, 2 things happened. Devoto and Shelley arranged for the Sex Pistols to come up north and play the Lesser Free Trade Hall, and then they formed their own new band called the Buzzcocks. News of the June 4th gig in Manchester spread mostly by word of mouth, such that on the night of the show, perhaps as few as 40 people showed up in a room that could hold hundreds. In that small crowd, however, were some names that would help shape the course of pop music over the next decade. Howard Devoto and Pete Shelley, the band the Buzzcocks would go on to enjoy enormous popularity and influence in the UK during and after the punk era. Ian Curtis, Bernard Sumner, and Peter Hook. The very next day, Hook would buy his first guitar, and the three young Manuikans would become a band. The band, originally called the Stiff Kittens and later Warsaw, was Joy Division, one of the best-known and most influential of all the early new wave bands. Mark E. Smith followed the Sex Pistols gig. He started The Fall, a post-punk band that never had a true hit record but influenced generations of followers from Nirvana to Franz Ferdinand. C.M. Patrick Morrissey, the last of these notables to make a name for himself, but one of the most successful, both as the leader of the Smiths in the mid-1980s and as a solo artist afterwards. Tony Wilson, Manchester TV news presenter, who would be inspired to start the record label Factory Records, which helped create the thriving Manchester scene of the 1980s and early 90s. Just a few days after the Sex Pistols stormed Manchester on this date in 1976, he returned to London for gigs on July 4th and 6th that featured two brand new bands as opening acts, The Clash and The Dam. 3 weeks after that, their return gig at the Lesser Free Trade Hall featured opening acts The Buzzcocks, drew hundreds as the punk era unofficially opened. And as your entertainment report for Monday, June 4th, 2018, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO on The Entertainment Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.